So many people, if not the vast majority of people that become interested in internal arts and spirituality is because they want to improve something in themselves, change something in themselves, or heal something in some manner. The sad reality, though, is that the vast majority of people do not succeed in this endeavor and will not succeed in this endeavor. They won't really improve, they won't really change, and they won't actually heal. So, for many people, that might at first seem like a harsh, mean, critical, or judgmental statement. However, I know it is true. I've seen it to be true many times over. One of the ways in which I know this to be true is after being in this industry for 20 years, I've just seen thousands and thousands of people just jumping around from thing to thing and always trying this new modality, this new supplement, this new healer, this new teacher, this new practice, this new form, and just constantly, almost like kind of a form of consumerism, just always jumping around. And for many people, the list of things that's wrong with them or that they need to fix or heal or change and work on and improve just kind of gets really big, and they end up with this lexicon of why they're messed up and what they need to do and what's wrong with the world. And they develop all this, mental abstraction, but then there's no actual real solution and no actual resolution and hence progress. So this is an issue because the same exact mechanisms that they're engaged in to allegedly change, improve, or heal something are the exact same mechanisms that are causing them to have the problem in the first place. So the same exact things that are causing the existing deficiency and negative issue in the first place are the things that people are doing thinking are going to get rid of the thing. So that obviously is not going to work, because usually why people are having a lot of issues or whatever is because they're chasing their own tail, they're caught up in fantasy, they're living in kind of a mental abstraction divorced from their experience, they're caught up in some wild emotional roller coaster. And they're caught up in some aggressive chasing of stimulation. So the main problems and the main solutions and why people are stuck in this are as follows. Number one, the inability to actually listen, which means the inability to actually hear, which means the inability to actually understand. Because if you can't listen, then you can't hear, then you can't understand. So a lot of people think they understand, but they don't listen or hear. Whatever they do is just react to their own emotional programmed response to something, whether they like it or dislike it, which is usually, does this support my identity in a way that makes me feel good, or do I interpret this as negating or minimizing or diminishing my identity in some way that I don't like? And then however that makes me feel is how I react to this thing, which is what I'm going to say. The second is people don't train, they don't practice, they don't put in the hours, they don't put in the effort, they don't make the sacrifices, they don't develop the discipline, they don't put in the sweat equity to make something happen. So basically, if you can't listen and you don't train, then you have nothing to correct. You have nothing to build upon. So by definition, by default, there will be no progress, there will be no change, there will be no transformation, there will be no healing. Because if you actually put in the hours, then that gives you something to listen to. Listening to what you put in the hours on then gives you something to correct. Doing that regularly over time gives you something to actually have, do, listen to, reflect upon, correct, and repeat. And then progress is made through observing errors and correcting them. And if any of this sounds weird or crazy or whatever, just imagine starting today, you wanted to be a world-class pianist or a high-level NBA player. But the way you wanted to do that was doing exactly what you're already doing, exactly what you already think, feel, and believe, the exact same choices and behaviors you make now, but you're going to add in some layer of imagination, mental abstraction. You're going to do something to stimulate your emotions. You're going to do something to stimulate your nervous system and your fight or flight response. Okay, let's say you do that, and let's say you do that for 10 years. Are you going to be an NBA player? Probably not. Are you going to be good at whatever sport? Probably not. Are you going to be a world-class pianist? Absolutely, positively not. So why I say this is because people will apply this exact same mindset, those exact same mechanics, and think, oh, I'm going to change, I'm going to develop, I'm going to be skilled in internal arts, I'm going to spiritually grow, I'm going to have all these experiences. And that just absolutely makes zero sense and is basically insanity. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that's helpful. And most importantly, hopefully people will actually implement what I'm saying. So let me know your thoughts below. What are some things you struggle with? What are some things you could use assistance with or need some clarity on or guidance on? Feel free to post them below, and I will talk to you soon.